Caracas, Venezuela. They were the cheapest in the store, but the converse knockoffs were still 500,000 bolivars a pair. Son locos, they're crazy, Viviana Acosta had said, gingerly placing the sneakers back on the shelf. Just before Christmas, the world's worst inflation crisis in nearly a decade was escalating, bringing a country of nearly 32 million, once Latin America's richest per capita, to its knees. Shoes for the kids had been Viviana's plan for the holidays. But multiply by 3 for 2 daughters and 1 son, and it was 3 months' worth of what she earned doing house call, hair and nails. She walked outside, to the half-empty shopping street, rubbing the fatigue out of her eyes. The treat she'd just given the kids for breakfast, oatmeal, sold by a man on the street, had nearly doubled in price in 1 month, to 5,000 bolivars a cup. Viviana and Enrique Alvarado, her husband, had gone without. They were passing an image of Venezuela's late leader Hugo Chavez, always with us, the writing underneath proclaimed when she spotted real trouble. The toy store. Don't get too excited, Viviana, 29, called out as squealing Victoria, 4, Ruben, 9, and Michelle, 12, dashed inside. Mommy, look, said Ruben, pointing at a box of Transformers. She leaned in, reading the price. 5 million, she mouthed, aghast. 10 months' pay. Ruben looked up at his mother. She looked embarrassed. Then Ruben was blushing, too. Mommy, he said, taking her hand. Let's go look at something else. Venezuelans are calling this Infeliz Navidad, unhappy Christmas, a holiday season devastated by hyperinflation. Under Chavez, who came to power in 1999, oil-rich Venezuela proclaimed itself a socialist paradise. Industries were nationalized. Government handouts multiplied. But Venezuela's economy no longer works. The past 6 months have brought the kind of shocking price surges that the world last saw in Zimbabwe in 2008. Venezuela hasn't released official inflation data since 2015. But last month, according to the Caracas-based statistical firm Ecoanalítica, the country slipped into hyperinflation and hit an annualized rate of nearly 2,000%. The cash-strapped government is now teetering on default, printing reams of bills to keep the economy afloat. That fuels inflation. Venezuela has tried to prop up an official exchange rate as low as 10 bolivars to the dollar. But the thriving black market has effectively set its own exchange rate, in which the bolivar has fallen 97% against the dollar since January 1. Then, it took 3,164 bolivars to buy a dollar. Now, it takes 123,000. The nearly worthless bolivar means that imports, which are generally purchased in dollars, are prohibitively expensive, and Venezuelan businesses can't afford to buy foreign-made inputs, slowing their production. Maduro calls for restructuring Venezuela's foreign debt. As inflation soars, hospitals are increasingly running short of antibiotics, gauze, HIV antiretroviral, and cancer drugs. Parents unable to feed their children are abandoning them at orphanages. Because public utilities can't afford new electricity cords or spare parts, the country is experiencing frequent blackouts.